Today I'll be upgrading my FNAF Squishmallows, turning them into the nightmare fuel they were always meant to be. Let's go. All right, who's gonna be my victim today? We've got Foxy, Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I found my first victim, Freddy Fazbear himself. I'm pretty sure these Squishmallows were originally from Five Below, but I couldn't find them there. I searched and I searched, but they just had a bunch of random garbage Squishmallows that I didn't care about. So I had to go on eBay, and on there I found FNAF Squishmallows alright, but they were being scalped for like 60 bucks. That should be illegal. I tried to talk myself out of it, have some semblance of self-control, but eventually I gave in. This makeover better be worth it. I'm gonna need to cut him up, right down the middle. Just kidding. I just want to cut off his ear. Just a little snippy snipperoo. Huh? Actually, I want to snip his left ear instead. Do a little bit of surgery on his ear. Oh yeah, look at those little flesh niblets. Perfect. He needs to look more like roughed up, like he's been through the ringer. So I bought a whole haul of felt for today's video. Don't mind the snowmobile passing outside. It's a blizzard out there. Look at that thing. Have you ever seen anything like that before? They're sweeping the sidewalks. Now that's what I call service. And I also bought some new fabric markers off of Amazon. I used to have a whole set of them, but I really didn't like them, so I thought I'd try out another one. The reviews were pretty good, so I'm hopeful. First, I have to cut out all my felt pieces. This part takes forever.
12 o'clock midnight.
All right, so half an hour later, I cut out all my little fabric pieces that I need. I think before I get started and glue everything on and stuff, I'm gonna do a little extra cutting here.
Kill me.
I think his hat should look not as new, a little more worn, weathered, just in a couple spots.
Do it, end my misery.
That's better. Can you see a difference? Now it's time to break out my fabric hot glue to glue on all his little extra features that I just cut out. Little kiss for good luck. Just a little boiling hot fabric hot glue on there for you. Ta-da! All right, so the eyes are pretty close to being done already, but I want to add a little extra detail to them, make them really pop. So we're gonna add a little twinkle in his eye with some puffy paint. Just a little bit goes a long way. Oh. The power went out. These are my new fabric markers. Got a whole rainbow in there. I need a new test subject, so this little guy is gonna be my canvas for now. Hello there, little owl. You can see I already kind of tested these out here. Basically, when you draw with these, they're really nice, actually. Like, I love this brush tip that they come with. But the problem with these is that if you run your finger across them too soon, then they start to smudge everywhere, and it ruins everything. Terrible, but wait. I have a solution. Watch this. Ta-da! They don't smudge anymore. That's perfect. Because I'm gonna be using these a lot today. But first I need to cover up his baby teeth in here.
BRB.
Man, that fabric hot glue is like cement. It's nuts. It really like does not budge after you stick it on there. This stuff is a lifesaver if you don't know how to sew. So I'm gonna use these fabric markers to kind of like extend his mouth and give him a bit more of a creepy look. Not really planning this out much. I'm just kind of going for it. Add all these little like rips and tears on there. Yeah, looking pretty cool. For you guys, this part takes like 5 seconds, but for me, this actually takes like probably 20 minutes or something like that to glue all these teeth on. Yeah, the teeth really makes it come together. All right, so for this next part, I basically just get to go crazy and kind of just add all the little holes in the fabric all over his little egg body. Again, I don't really have this planned out. I probably should have like done a drawing beforehand, but sometimes I like to just jump in and go for it. It's all part of the process. Yeah, I really like having these fabric markers because I don't want to always have to add felt to everything. It just kind of makes it look too 3D. Does that make any sense? This should be a hole in his body, not like a 3D piece of felt sticking off. I really have to be careful like not to smudge any of this. It's super easy to like accidentally brush against it and then the whole thing is ruined. Been there too many times. These markers are really cool because they also came with like these metallic markers, so I can go in and like add all the little metal parts too.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Right? Link to the markers down below. Or maybe on screen now. Don't they put that like weird thing on screen? Click the big obnoxious QR code on the screen for the markers. Okay, so now I'm busting out the yarn. The reason I got this yarn is because I thought it would be really cool to add some wires and stuff sticking out of these plushies. So I think I'll add them sticking out of the ear here. I think it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, add those under the hat. Yeah, adds a little something extra. Nice. Next up is everyone's favorite duck, Chica. Chica, I feel like, is a very underrated FNAF character. I personally love her. If I had to pick, she might even be my favorite. I think we have a lot in common. So I don't really have to cut too much on Chica. I think I'm just gonna cut up a little bit of her little poofy hair here. But I'm not gonna do that with my big scissors. Now we're talking. Little haircut for you, Chica. Now, she's looking like a pineapple duck. So for Chica, I'm really gonna try to lay into the animatronic vibe. I'm gonna add a lot of little like metal pieces and stuff to her. But I still want her to go with Freddy. I want them to kind of like all be part of the same family. I already cut out all the parts for Chica, so I'm just gonna start sticking them on. Wouldn't want to bore you. Some little red pupils for you, Chica. Gorgeous. Like I said, I want Chica to have a more animatronic kind of vibe. So I'm gonna go in and add some little lines to her eyeballs here. She has little cameras for eyes. I like cameras. I have them everywhere, so don't try anything. Like peeing by my car. Don't do it. I'll make sure you get evicted. All right. I'm also gonna give her that same kind of extended mouth kind of situation I gave Freddy. I just think it makes them look a lot more creepy. So before I add all the teeth and stuff, I'm gonna start adding all the little holes around. Actually, you know what? Let me finish off her little eyeballs and add some little highlights there. That's looking pretty creepy. I see you. Now I'm gonna start adding all the little holes in her flesh. Put some here, some here, some here, some on the bib, some here, some everywhere.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of coffee ain't hit yet, damn ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work cause my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy.
Okay, so I think it's time to add the teeth. I thought Freddy looked pretty derpy without his teeth, but I feel like Chica actually looks pretty good without her teeth. Looks pretty cursed actually. But we're still gonna add the teeth just for good measure. So once again, I painstakingly cut out this tiny little pile of teeth. Gluing these teeth on is actually like the hardest part. It's like super hard not to burn yourself when you're like using these little teeny tiny little felt pieces. Oof, it's worth it in the end. It's all in the name of fart. Oh, come on, oh, I wish I knew how to sew. I just don't want to learn how to sew. Help me. There's something extra creepy about a bird with teeth. And because Chica's so hungry all the time, I thought I'd add some drool dripping down from her mouth. She's salivating. If you don't leave a like, you'll be Chica's lunch. So much drying time. If you guys liked my upgrades, make sure to leave a like. If this video does well, I've still got Bonnie and Foxy left to upgrade. Also, thank you to all my channel members. Your guys' support really helps me out more than you know. See you in the next one.